Flirty, Flirty, and Trying. This is Channing.
I'm Mari, and welcome to Tinysode number 2.
It's our second little baby sode.
Our little baby sode.
I want to go ahead and apologize right off the top. So I moved. Not homeless, as we talked about.
Yay!
Yeah. But my new place doesn't have internet yet, so I am parked in my car outside of my school using my school's internet. And so I'm sorry if you hear like vehicles passing, and it's also started to rain, and so my sound quality is really just not that great. So sorry.
It's like a literal, like when it rains, it pours. Like it's actually doing that to you right now.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yes, it is.
But you know what, you guys? We are making it work because all we can do is what?
Try. Get an umbrella.
Okay, fine. Also get an umbrella, preferably one that looks like Mary Poppins.
Okay.
Girl, you just moved. How is it going? What's happening? How are you? What's going on?
It's fine. The move was hellish. Like truly, truly hellish. It was like freezing rain while we were moving, and yeah,
that's the worst kind of rain.
Yeah, and it took from like 7 in the morning until 1 in the morning, 7 a.m. to 1 a.m. So that's fun.
And like that's 7 to 1 a.m. of physical labor too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and then I had to work the next day from 7 a.m. until like midnight. So
oh my gosh.
My alarm went off at 5:30 the next morning.
Gosh, your poor body. I feel like that's something we could have accomplished like when we were 21, but like at 30, we are not old. We are very able-bodied. However, we don't handle lack of sleep as well.
No, and I went and got like several energy drinks. I actually ended up only needing one, which was surprising. I think the kids just energized me, so it was fine.
Yeah, because your job is great. So that it was nice to at least be in a good place when you're on your lack of sleep.
Yeah. How are you?
What energy drinks did you get?
It was called Neuro. I've seen my friend drink it, and I've never had it before. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really understand what it is, but it's somehow supposed to be like some sort of like brain neurology drink. I don't know. It's probably bullshit, but it energized me, so it's fine.
And things. Yeah, awesome. How am I? I'm good. I did not move. So that's nice for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but Valentine's Day happened last week.
Oh yeah.
So,
how was your V-Day?
Yeah, my V-Day was good. So Tori and I actually, so it's funny, like we're not like, we've never been crazy into Valentine's Day, as a couple. But like, we do believe that it's a nice holiday. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, we've just never been like crazy about it.
It's definitely cute.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let me just get into this for 1 second before I tell you about my Valentine's Day. Okay. So funny. Okay. You know how like random memories like pop into your brain, from like just from the past? For some reason, like I was teaching on the day before Valentine's Day. Yeah. And my little students were just like talking about getting Valentines and all this stuff. And for some reason it like struck this memory in my head of my mom and how awesome she was. So I was never like, you know how some kids can kind of get, I don't know, just kind of down on Valentine's Day. Yeah. Like I was never that way because I always looked forward to what my mom did. So every Valentine's Day, I would wake up literally from the time I was, I don't know, I could talk, right?
Right.
I would wake up and there would be a really like cute, funny Valentine's Day card, like a tiny little box of chocolates and some flowers.
Aww.
Yeah. And I mean, literally into my adulthood, if I lived in Florida, I feel like she would still do this.
I know.
My mom is the best.
My dad did something similar. He used to get us all Hoffman's chocolates, and like one time he had a limo come and pick up the whole family and took us to dinner. God. I know.
Oh my God.
I know. And
that's like so special.
I know. And like there was always like cards, and he actually did call me on Valentine's Day and like tell me that I was his Valentine always, and it was so cute.
Oh my gosh, Dad, stop it. You're making me cry.
I know, it
Oh
was
my, that's
adorable.
amazing. But it's true. So that's what I kind of wanted to say. I like, as a whole, Valentine's Day celebrating love and like our parents showing us that kind of love that like, I think we're not necessarily buying all of our friends chocolate, but I think we at least try to show our friends love every day, but especially extra on Valentine's Day. And so I feel like it's not really just, I wish we could rebrand it like as just a day of love because literally the world needs that. Like not
Yes,
romantic love. Romantic love is
right,
great, great,
right,
but
right,
also friendship love, family love. I don't know, love for other human beings, love for your
right.
animals. We love our little animals, right?
I want to hear
So,
about your Valentine's Day, but also like just remind me afterwards to tell you about because that makes me
uh-huh.
think of my Galentine's Day. So I want to
Oh my
tell
God,
you
I
about
can't
that too.
wait to hear about it. So we'll go in reverse order. We'll go Valentine's Day, then Galentine's Day.
Okay, okay, okay.
So yeah, so anyway, so yeah, you guys, if anybody's down on Valentine's Day, I think we all just collectively rebrand it as just a day to celebrate love.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we did. So we really needed to do laundry and Channing already knows this, but for anybody that doesn't know this, we live in Hoboken. It's a city. We live in like such an old building. It's not even funny. It's so old. And there is no laundry here. Like we
Right.
have to literally strap our laundry to our backs. We have laundry backpacks and then trek 10 minutes to the nice laundromat that we like to go to because it's clean and the guy's friendly and there's not usually a lot of people there. And so like it's a long process. Then once we finally get there with all of our laundry, then we have to sit there for like, 2 hours. It's crazy.
Oh
And
my
then trek it
God.
all the way back. So sometimes we avoid it, but it had
Right.
gone on long enough and we needed clothes. So, so we decided that was our Valentine's Day. So we packed all of our laundry. We went over there. Uh, Nothing says love like clean laundry, I feel.
I
Um,
totally agree.
right? Like self love and romantic
For
love
sure.
because you're doing it together.
For
And
sure.
then, yeah, in between, there's like a little French, bakery like down the street. And so like while our clothes were drying, we just like went and got a flourless chocolate cake, a little piece, and we got a coffee and shared it and just
Aw.
enjoyed like hanging out and talking while our laundry was
Aw.
drying.
That's also like the
Yeah,
most like married Valentine's Day ever. Like, you know what I mean? Like you guys, you have shit to
completely.
do and you love each other and like even just
Yes.
the mundane shit like laundry is romantic just because of how much you love each other.
Thank you.
And
Absolutely. That's how we felt. We made it fun, even
right.
though it's not fun.
Yeah, yeah. And then also just being intentional about like let's go do something sweet while we're waiting for this mundane thing to finish, you know?
Yes. And let me just tell you that flourless chocolate cake was amazing.
I believe it.
So yeah, it was great. Yeah, tell me about do you want to tell me about Valentine's or Galentine's and or both?
Both.
Okay, go for
So
it.
I guess we'll go chronologically. So for Galentine's Day, my friend had a Galentine's Day brunch, and it was like 13 of my female coworkers just like all getting together and like drinking mimosas and eating food. And like my friend totally like she went all out decorating her house and like
Oh,
yeah, and we just like played Cards Against Humanity and had so much fun. And everybody was like, we need to do this like once a month. It was so great.
yes. That's amazing. My
It was
cheeks are like
so nice.
smiling so hard right
Oh,
now.
it was so good. Unfortunately, I had to leave early because I had to go home and write a paper that was due that night. But like, I
School.
just had the best time. Yeah, yeah, I know.
That's
Um,
awesome.
yeah, it was really nice. And then on Valentine's Day, I bought these concert tickets with my friend like months earlier, forgetting the date of Valentine's Day. Like, I'm not a big Valentine's Day gal, you know? Like, it's not on my
Ah,
radar all that much. And so I felt really bad. I told Cameron, I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, we don't need to do Valentine's Day. Like, we don't need to do anything special. It's fine.
yeah.
Right, right. And so he was like, that's fine, cool.
And he was cool with it. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, enjoy yourself. So me and my
Which is so romantic, actually.
Yeah, no, it totally was. Like he was totally fine with it. And then yeah, that night my friend Natalie and I we both grew up Christian and like really involved in the church and the youth group and everything. So the band Switchfoot was like really like a throwback to our childhood, and they were coming to Asheville. So
Yes.
we so we went to see Switchfoot, and it was really funny because definitely the crowd was like 40% pastors, and we were like nobody was drinking. Like the bartenders were like irritated, and we were like
Oh no.
drinking. I know, we were like drinking wine and like dancing, and like everybody was just like kind of standing there, like not really. They were just kind of still. And Natalie and I were like, woo! Like having so much fun.
You were just like living your best life.
Yes, it was so funny. Yeah, so that was really fun. Yeah,
How
so we
was
were
it?
celebrating.
How was the concert?
Oh, the concert was great. I didn't know any of the new
Yeah.
stuff, but when the old stuff came on, I was like, ah!
Yeah. Oh my God, me too. I loved Switchfoot back in the day.
Yes, and then I've been listening to the Walk to Remember soundtrack like every day.
That was my next thing I was going to say. If anybody wants to listen to some good old school Switchfoot, just listen to the entire Walk to Remember soundtrack. It is
Yes.
fantastic. Also, just
Yes.
go watch that movie.
Oh my God, if you haven't seen the movie, I'm sorry. Like, go see
I'm
it.
also so sorry. Like you need to get on this because that is an integral part of life.
Right, but like get some tissues. Be prepared to
Yeah.
like, be like snot crying, you know what I mean? Like it's not a pretty cry movie.
No, it's an ugly cry movie and it is so
Definitely.
good.
It's great.
Yeah, oh, I'm so glad. So yeah, so you guys were like celebrating yourselves, celebrating being friends with each other, just celebrating
Yeah. And like
life and
like
love.
yeah, and growth, honestly. Like it was such a throwback to a different time in my life and a time
Mhm.
where and it's certainly not this way for everybody, but for me, my thoughts were really limited and like my perspective on the world was really limited at that time. And so it was just interesting to like kind of almost like transport back to that time and like hear the music from that time, but also be a whole different person now and kind of I think a more broad person. So that was
Yeah,
it was a cool contrast in just within my own head, but yeah, so that was really really
absolutely.
fun. And of course Cameron and I were
That's
really sweet with each other all
amazing.
day, and yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I love that. That's
Yeah,
awesome. That must have
yeah.
felt really quite like freeing to be at the Switchfoot concert and to just feel that growth and to just feel free enough to be able to just have fun with your friend and dance around and enjoy this thing in such a different
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. Like back when I was like a regular in youth group, like I always had like this image in my mind, like, oh, I have to worship a certain way, like I have to like do
Oh
these
yeah,
certain movements and blah 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 and like look a certain, you know what I mean? Like be a good
absolutely.
quote unquote like good youth Christian. Um
Certainly. Yeah.
and this was just like I don't care what I look like. Like it was just
It's
this
like,
was
I'm just going
fun.
to be me.
Yeah, so it was fun.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
so glad. That's awesome. Yes,
Yeah.
girl. So we
Yes.
slayed Valentine's. You slayed Galentine's.
Yes.
Leslie Nope, thank you so much for
Oh
bringing
my
us the
God.
beautiful holiday of
3
Galentine's. I
cheers for
love that it's
Leslie Knope.
blown up so much. Yes,
Well,
hip
I
hip.
was saying, hooray!
Oh, thank you.
I was saying to my friends at Valentine's Day, I was like, Valentine's Day is cool and all, but like Valentine's Day feels important, you
It
know?
does.
Like, I don't know
Yeah.
why. I mean, I do know why because like women empowering women. Um, but yeah, it just feels like a
Yeah.
really important day of the year. Almost like I have a reverence for like the 4th of July.
Yeah.
And like Valentine's Day feels kind of like that. It's like a reverence.
It totally does. I texted every single one of my friends
I know.
and was
Oh,
like,
and
I
our
was,
listeners saw our Valentine's Day.
they did. They did. But I mean, I was like, this is such an important day to just tell your lady friends, like, I love you. You are strong. You are beautiful. Like, all of that weird media that shows women like pitted against other women, like,
Ugh, that's
no,
not
you have no place in here.
that's not real. And it's not, well, I mean, maybe sometimes it's real, but like to to pigeonhole women as catty with each other and like not lifting each other up is like A, lame, B, just gonna
Mm-hmm.
bog women down and like set a bad example for what female friendship should be because it actually is Magical.
It's so magical.
End rant.
I loved it. It was the most perfect rant. Okay, so quick question.
Yeah.
How are you doing with our try, which is going to be this week, so our next episode, we are going to try a listener recommended try. And the listener recommended that we make candles. How are you doing with it?
Great in my head.
Yeah, me too. But you know, it's really funny. Like, oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, haven't started. Yeah.
Yeah, no, same. But in my head, like, I have like this really funny vision of me making candles. Like, I'm in like an old school, like, white nightgown with like a white cap. And like, I'm like dipping, like, and there's like low light and I'm like dipping the candles. I sound like I'm like Scrooge.
Yes, Ebenezer Scrooge up in here making some lavender candles.
That's legitimately what I have in my head. I know that is probably not what's going to happen, being that I don't own those things or it's not like the 1800s.
Right.
However,
valid point.
That is, I have not started, clearly.
Right.
But we will.
So funny. Yeah, we'll get it done. I'm excited about it. I'll set aside some time this week to make it happen. I have so much to do before I go to Florida for my sister's wedding, but I'm going to set aside just like an afternoon to do it.
Wait a second. When is that? That came so fast.
I know. I'm leaving next Thursday to go down. So it's that weekend.
Oh my gosh, it's like a week and 2 days.
Yeah.
Girl, February is the shortest month.
February is so annoying with how short it is. It's like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Like, we should at least be able to pay rent on the 5th of March, you know?
I agree 1,000,000%. Also, like, if we just like took off the 31s, we could add some to February.
Yes, just redistribute the wealth of the 31s.
Exactly. Come on, big calendar. We see what you're doing. We see how you're trying to screw us over in February and then throw us off a little bit because you're like, oh, this time it has 29.
Yes. Big calendar.
It's like, so, I don't know. Okay, we got to get up past that. Okay, so are there any like tiny tries that you've been doing, like that we want to share? Like anything that's like bringing you joy? Anything we want to just like tell our listeners about?
Yeah. So it's not like a try for the podcast or anything, but for my addictions class, I had to give up something. And I started with giving up sugar, which actually I thought it was going to be really, really hard, but it ended up being pretty easy for me to give up sugar.
Yeah, because you don't eat that much sugar.
I do. I eat a lot, like, but it's really just like, I need to have dessert after like dinner, and that could be like one mini Snickers bar. I don't have a ton, but I just need that like almost like sweet palate cleanser. And so
I was just gonna say a palate cleanser.
Yeah, it's not like a problem. It's not an addiction really. And like when I chose sugar, I knew that my real addiction is social media on my phone because I will spend hours wasting so much time and just scrolling mindlessly and like being angry with myself while I do it because I'm like, you're wasting all this time. You have all these things to do, and yet I'm glued. So
totally.
Yeah, but when I had to choose a thing, I couldn't choose social media because I was using Facebook to find a place to live, and that felt, important.
Super important. Right. Not to be homeless.
Yeah, no. So once I found a place to live, I switched my abstinence contract to be social media apps on my phone. So I like deleted Instagram, I deleted Facebook, I deleted Snapchat, and
girl, that's so intense.
Yeah, and like I told myself that I could still go on my computer. I haven't.
That's amazing.
It's been like 2 weeks and I just haven't. Like I think maybe I went on once on my computer for like 10, maybe 5 or 10 minutes and was like,
oh my God, you've been like cleansed from social media.
Yeah, this is probably a little bit of a honeymoon phase. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like once it's because this goes until like mid-April, so it
Oh
might
my
become more
gosh.
difficult. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like an interesting side effect of it is that I'm finding that I'm actually enjoying the moment, the present moment more because
Mm-hmm.
like previously anytime I would like see something cool or like I don't know, something that was interesting, I would pull out my phone and like take a picture and like think of a cool caption or like whatever. And now like I still have that impulse, but since I can't do it, I just enjoy it and it feels really
Oh,
nice.
I love that. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. It's going
Oh,
well. I don't think
I'm
that I will
so proud of
re-download
you.
them. Yeah. Thanks.
I've heard that from a lot of people that like they just keep it on their computer. So like if they
Yeah.
want to go on, they can. Like it's still there. Like they still have a presence. If people want to get in contact with them, they can, but they don't have it on their
Right.
phone because your phone really is like attached to you, you
It is.
know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then that the apps being on the phone, you know, and with the constant notifications, it's just,
Yeah. It just
it does
sucks you
get
right
addicting. I
in.
know because my phone tells me.
Right.
The iPhone,
Right.
it throws you so much shade. Oh my God. They're like, you
It does.
spent this much time on the phone every single day.
Right.
And I'm like, oh my God, did I really?
Right. The problem is
Yeah.
that my screen time hasn't well, it's gone down actually pretty significantly, but not as much as I'd want to because I became really addicted to the Covet Fashion app.
Oh my God. So that's bringing you joy. So you can, well, you can recommend that to our listeners too.
Yeah, you guys can play the Covet Fashion app. Don't spend money on it. Go to Earn and like watch some videos and earn diamonds that way. Anyway, sorry.
That's amazing. No, mine is never down either because it counts podcasts as screen time.
Oh, does it? Oh, yeah, that's impossible. That's not going to go down.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm walking places while the podcast is on.
Right.
I'm like, guys, like I'm not even looking at the screen. Okay.
Right.
But yeah. So, am I trying to, so, okay. So you know what? All I want to tell everybody is a little joy that was brought into my life, in a little TV show called Russian Doll. It is
Oh,
on
yeah.
Netflix. Um, I didn't know what I was in for. I just know I love the star of it, Natasha Lyonne. She's from Orange is the New Black. She's also from like a ton of other things, but I don't have them offhand. I'm not IMDb. And she co-created it with Amy Poehler and one other badass woman that I don't know her name. I'm so sorry. Again, I'm not IMDb. Um, but it is such an awesome show. Like it literally brought me joy. I loved watching it. It's very short. When I got to the
Yeah.
end, I was literally just like sitting. I've said literally so many times. I'm sorry. I
It's
was,
okay.
I was
I haven't
sitting.
noticed.
I just wanted to apologize to everyone. It was a lot in that last sentence. So I was sitting on my couch and I had just finished the final episode of the season. And that's when my husband had walked in and I was just sitting there grinning ear to ear. And he was like, what's going on? And I was like, that was just wonderful. And I loved it.
Oh, good. I haven't watched it.
Yeah,
I'll need to check it out.
please do. I don't quite know how to describe it. The first episode, is a little slow, but it's kind of slow on purpose because then the ball gets
Okay.
rolling, you know? Um,
Got it.
and I would say it's like Groundhog Day meets Happy Death Day meets, just an awesome TV show. I don't know because there's so much more to it. It's like amazing. So watch it.
Amazing.
It'll
That
bring
makes
you
me
joy.
happy. Good.
Hey, me too.
All
Yeah.
right. Let's end this because
Let's
my
wrap
I
this
don't have
up.
the heat on in my car. I'm
Oh
freezing.
my gosh. Are you okay?
Yeah, it's just the heat is loud, and so I have my car off.
Oh my God. The things we do for podcasting.
Y'all have
Oh,
no
that is
idea,
so funny.
truly.
So sorry. Okay,
That's okay.
so you guys, we want to hear from you. All right.
Yes.
So please send us your try ideas, but also let us know the things that you want us to discuss because you guys, the chances are we have been through the same thing and probably not in the same way, but we've probably been through the same thing and we would love to hear what you want us to talk about. So send us try ideas, send us what you want us to talk about. we're always welcome to any feedback and any suggestions. Please send those to us too. You know where to find us. We are on where, Channing?
We're on Instagram at 30 Flirty and Trying Pod. You can email us at 30flirtyandtryingpod@gmail.com. We're on Twitter at, what is it? 30flirtytry? Is that it?
30flirtytrying.
Okay. And then find us on Facebook. We have a Facebook page, and
also we're on YouTube.
Oh yeah, we're on YouTube. All of our episodes are on YouTube for our friends who don't have Spotify or Apple Podcasts. You can find us on YouTube. We upload all of our episodes there, and you can see our songs from last week. Hopefully going forward, we're going to try and take more little videos, like maybe taking some candle making videos, and we'll put it on both Instagram, maybe Facebook, and on our YouTube. So check it out, peeps.
We would love to do that. You guys, subscribe, rate, review on iTunes. And if you ever try something, or you're trying something new, or you're trying something with us, hashtag come along for the tribe and tag at 30 Flirty and Trying Pod. We would love to support you. We would love to see it. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for all the support you've shown us so far.
Yes, I agree.
We love you.
Okay, we love you guys. We'll see you next week with some delicious smelling candles, hopefully.
Thanks so much for listening.
Come along for the tribe.
Bye.